On this episode, I will smash jobs that TV and movies always get wrong.
On this episode, I'm looking at the media and the workplace. Specifically, it's a list of 10 jobs that TV and movies get wrong. Of course, the easiest answer is almost all of them, but I chose 10. My biggest pet peeve is that on most shows and movies, people talk forever while they work. Not sure how anything gets done. Sounds like my kind of job. Nobody on television has ever said, "Can this wait? I'm trying to finish something." As always, one of these is fake. Shouldn't be too tough to spot.
Number 10. Psychiatry. Apparently, every psychiatrist wants to know about your mother and your dreams. Of course, they will also get very emotional and personally vested in your case. Real shrinks look at the chart, ask a question or two, and prescribe drugs. They are also excellent at keeping an emotional detachment. On TV, they're solving murders by analyzing dreams. In real life, they're adjusting dosage and making sure you don't sue them. A therapist might ask you about your mom and your dreams, but even that is pretty out of date on TV. Also, they don't dramatically remove their glasses when you have a breakthrough. Number 9. The Architect. The office of a TV or movie architect always features a large drafting board with mechanical pencils. Apparently, it's still 1979 and computers haven't been invented yet. According to TV and movies, this job is permanently stuck in Mike Brady mode, and every architect you see is working lead on a huge project. That's pretty rare. Real architects spend more time arguing with inspectors than sketching skyline-changing masterpieces. Usually you work on your specialty, as in, I work for a big firm. I specialize in janitorial closets. Nobody on TV specializes in handicap ramp slope compliance, but that guy makes a solid living. Number 8. Journalists. On TV and movies, a journalist is rushing after the story, asking difficult questions and pressing the person being interviewed for answers. In real life, if you press someone for a concrete answer, they will probably end the interview. Sure, Barbara Walters asks tough questions, but if you're not Barbara Walters, they won't say jack. Also, with the demise of newspapers, most journalists are unemployed. According to TV, every journalist works for a respected newspaper. In real life, they're freelancing for a website that pays in exposure. Number 7. Actors. TV shows are always showing actors on the set, sitting around with nothing to do, or backstage, sitting around with nothing to do. And of course, they are always worrying about break time and how much they will be paid. Let me tell you how it really works. You show up on set. It's 1 minute past your call time. They yell at you, then tell you to get in costume quick. Your scene shoots in 10 minutes. You work all day, and you are lucky if you get a meal break. At the end of the day, they quietly transfer an obscene amount of money into your account. It's exactly like that, I swear. Number 6. Criminals. Most crimes in the media are meticulously planned, like Hans Gruber, carefully planning to steal the bearer bonds. Real criminals don't have blueprints. They have ideas and a cousin named Kyle. Meanwhile, they spend so much money on that heist in Die Hard, I'm wondering how much profit they will have left after fencing the bonds. I'd do a whole video on how much money was spent on that heist, only I suck at math. Most criminals are screw-ups in desperate need of money or drugs. The guy in Die Hard with a European accent, a tailored suit, and a 12-step plan? Ha! Real criminals have a hoodie and a 12-minute plan.
I know you look at my job and think hosting a YouTube channel must be nothing but money and groupies. Well, that would be nice. You want to be my groupie? Please click subscribe down below. And if you'd like to help me make enough money to do this full time, go to greggslist.com and don't forget the extra G at the beginning for links to my Patreon page and Amazon wishlist. Also, thank you to Zelda G from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin for the hand towels. Still waiting on the yacht, but the hand towels are a strong start. Thanks, and back to the show.
Number 5. The military. In the media, being in the military is all about the next battle. In real life, it's a lot of waiting and hoping nothing happens. On TV, it's all explosions. In real life, it's paperwork, hoping your equipment works. Also, especially these days, you might not ever see your enemy, and 90% of it is logistics. Nobody makes a movie called Supply Chain: The Reckoning. General Dwight D. Eisenhower was the logistics and diplomacy guy. He didn't see what most people would call battle until after D-Day, when they finally let him near the front. Turns out, organizing millions of tons of equipment and keeping Allied generals from strangling each other was the right skill set. Number 4. Lawyers. TV and movies are full of attorneys that participate in heavy theatrics in court, and then give surprise witnesses. Surprise witnesses are for television. In real life, everyone's had that witness on a spreadsheet for 6 months. This is not an episode of Suits. You cannot monologue your way to victory. Most cases don't go to trial. The DA makes a deal, for better or for worse. Prosecutor just wants a conviction on their record so they can get a gold star. If you're the accused, good luck winning your case if you're not rich. Most lawyers don't even go to court. They work at a desk and file papers, which admittedly would not make for entertaining television. Number 3. Stand-up comedians. First of all, just about every stand-up comic who makes money lives on the road. You have to travel to a lot of small cities across the country to keep the money coming in. There are some cities with enough clubs to make a living, but even then, you can only play the same area so often in a month. Also, most TV and movie stand-up comics, as in Punchline and Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, are doing material that would absolutely die in the clubs. Very few people walk up and are funny the first time. Number 2. Computer programmers. Maybe the most important thing to know is that it isn't fast. You'll be trying various bits of code until it works. It may take a few hours or a few weeks, or never. On TV, hackers type like they're playing jazz piano. In real life, they're Googling error messages. You can't have someone ask you to hack a corporate mainframe and then 20 minutes later, "I'm in." Nobody ever says, "I'm in." They say, "Wait, that broke something else." And when you do an incorrect password, the computer won't flash a warning screen with a countdown. It just won't work. Number 1. Emergency room personnel. The stretcher busts in. Paramedics shouting all the info. "Quickly to the operating room. Everybody's rushing." Here's the real ER. Fill out a form. Have a seat. Wait forever. On TV, you're the only patient in the building. In real life, you're number 47. Eventually, a doctor comes by, asks a few questions, checks a few things, and that's it. George Clooney and Noah Weil will not have a tense argument over your treatment. At some point, the doctor you just saw, who is helping many people, may come back having totally forgotten who you are and why you are there. The only thing that moves fast in the real ER is the billing department.
That's all for this episode of Greg's List. Thanks for joining me. Please visit gregslist.com for links to Patreon, etc. And if you'd like to be reminded about future episodes, click subscribe. Today's send-off song is Glitterbutt, a song about a social influencer with sequins on her jeans. Doesn't really match the subject, but how could you not like a song called Glitterbutt? Glitterbutt.
Oh, yeah. I remember back on Grand Concourse, but now she hit the big time. She made herself a pop culture force by making that booty chime. The man in me is never numb when she puts sequins on her bum. She's a glitterbutt, glitterbutt. I'm thinking about you. Know what? You know what? She got the sparkles on her jeans, and now she's living in your dreams, in your dreams.
Greg's List is a Guano production.